Boosie has done the same exact shit. So like when Rod Wave reposted, I grew up listening to Boosie, so I already know he's used Tupac's lyrics and the Boosie love from Roger Zapp, all of that. Like, Tony Boy had reposted that too, like what Rod Wave had said about Boosie, you've done this too. So what are we talking about here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jay-Z did it to Biggie. Like, it's just something that's done in hip hop. Not everybody does it, but there is a precedent of it happening in hip hop time and time again. Now, another thing that's been going on is this Boosie thing, man. So that's been pretty heavily debated on social media last 2 days. Is little Boosie going on social media and calling out Rod Wave, calling out Kodak, calling out YG. That's the newest one. I don't know if y'all got to see that, the YG call out of them using his lyrics in his songs. And Rod Wave actually been catching it pretty bad because they've been releasing a lot of other songs that Rod Wave has been using other people lyrics and things like that. And it's for me personally, it's like it's multi level here. I think Boosie is being like he's been very lame last couple of years here, and what people are saying is, oh man, Rod Wave should pay me. That's not a part of the argument. You know what I mean? If Rod Wave utilized, somebody else's song, somebody else's beat, yes, he should pay. That's the first thing Rod Wave said though in this video. He said, hey, you don't have to do all this. I'll pull up on you, pay what you think I owe. Right, that's the number one thing. But the number two thing is Rod Wave is with the fucking label. Like any song that he's using, he had to work to get cleared. So he's already paid what he owed to the song owner. The problem is Boosie don't own a lot of his, excuse me, or not a lot of his, but some of his catalog to begin with, right? So some of these songs that are being utilized, that are being remixed, that are being reused or what have you for other purposes. The people who own the rights to those things are getting paid. You know what I mean?
It just doesn't happen to be him.
Just don't happen to be him.
Okay.
And then on top of that, the third thing is Boosie has done the same exact shit. So like when Rod Wave reposted, I grew up listening to Boosie, so I already know he's used Tupac's lyrics and the Boosie love from Roger Zapp. All of that. Like, Tony Boy had reposted that too, like what Rod Wave had said about Boosie, you've done this too. So what are we talking about here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jay-Z did it to Biggie. Like, it's just something that's done in hip hop. Not everybody does it, but there is a precedent of it happening in hip hop time and time again.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if he owned that shit, then he definitely should get paid because that's just how shit goes.
Yeah.
Like how like the blurred lines with Robin Thicke and it was a lawsuit. It was just off like a tempo or something. I don't even know what it was.
Yeah,
but you see what I'm saying? Like, I can't remember the details, but
there's a lot of litigation over that. I know Ed Sheeran was involved in some. I mean, there's a lot of, and I'm sure there's like a lot of stuff when stuff does get cleared by labels and people get paid, and it is what it is.
Yeah. So like if Boosie, like again, I don't know the ins and outs of that, but if he owned that shit, I can understand. But if he got it cleared and he just wasn't aware, then it's like, okay, bro, you just wasn't aware that you didn't own that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I agree. I think if you an artist, that's what you should be. Like, the label, that's their job to be like, all right, do you said this, let me go clear it or let me do the business. It's not Rod Wave job to be like, all right, let me go clear this song. Boosie is like, nah, but I think some people can reach out and they can do the business part.
Exactly. That's what that is. And then like I said, okay.
And the other side of that is there is a business way to handle this.
Exactly.
Like he could send a letter to the label and be like, I think you've used my thing without payment, or you could file a suit if it gets that far.
Right.
Like going at it the way he's going at it, this is just about him getting his name out.
That's it.
This is not really about getting the money.
That's all it is, and that's what it's been about for him. I feel like these last few years, and has it worked? I guess so. It has. Like Boosie has stayed in relevant some kind of way, and that's awesome to be that old of an artist who is not making the level of music he did back when he was, really, you know what I mean? That's impressive to stay relevant in that terms because a lot of rappers struggle with that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, for it to be this way, that's like for you to say, "Oh, you gangster," and this is not gangster.
Yeah.
Like these guys, these artists look up to you. Like Kodak Rod is so many fucking different interviews have said like, "Oh, I grew up listening to Boosie, this is that, this is that," and then for you to come at them in this way without even a phone call, you know what I mean? Like that's the first thing Kodak said about Boosie on the interview. You know what I mean? It was like he didn't even call me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Like you doing this, we know why you doing this.
Yeah. Just for attention.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing behind it. And but the main people on social media saying, "Oh, if he used it, he should get paid." I'm with Juju on that. You know, if it's his and Rod used it, he should get paid. My whole thing behind it is just how you are going about it. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole thing.
No, I feel that.
But yeah. But he gonna get it. But now Rod, apparently, they already cleared that situation with him and Rod. I don't think he gonna have to sue Kodak. Kodak haven't said anything. Kodak ain't gonna say nothing. I've been, you know, saying following Kodak for a while. He gonna have to. He gonna have to go the whole. Yeah.
Rod Wave's like Diddy, just throw up the complaint. He's paying.
He's paying. Kodak, you gonna have to go the whole 9. You gonna have to prove to him you gonna sue him. So especially when they're not on the same page, you know, right now to begin with. You know what I mean?